For the next 20 to 25 years, you will see the rise of women in very prominent positions. And these women are going to shift the energy of the earth once again. With this new type of rulership, we are going to experience a lot of weird things. Because in the past, where women had rulership, they were a bit reserved. They were a bit stifled. But this time, when the women are about to rule, they are going to do it with no remorse. They're going to do it in a way that people feel more comfortable to be themselves. Hence the reason I keep telling you all, next year will be weird. Given the time frame of February around there, Aquarius energy, in fact, you will begin to see a lot of unusual activities in the earth, in the energy, what people choose to do, how they choose to look, and how they choose to make things happen. We already starting to get that energy, and that is good. Because entering into the era of Aquarius really means that the underdogs take over. Hence the reason the divine feminine taking over. Because for many generations prior, women did not have the opportunity to come to prominent positions to lead. I'm not saying that I am in pro or con of these type of arrangements, but I'm explaining to you all. We are about to see the rise of the divine feminine. People will acknowledge certain rulers, but they would not obey them. Because people will be building their own cliques and tribes on their own. I also told you all that with these cliques and tribes, and the reason why I use those words, because I saw in one of my visions that people will be physically distorting themselves. Remember when I told you I saw people putting things like scales on their cheeks, adding extra skin to the top of their head, stretching their eyes, interfering with their eyes on the whole. There will be lots of marks on the skin, and these marks are marks that I would say have a spiritual attached meaning to them. So they wouldn't be that stupid tattoo like butterfly and twinkle star. No. They're going to be tribal marks that are going to mark these people to know who and what they belong to. We saw a clip of this in one of the videos. Don't Wake Me Up Before It's Over. Wake Me Up by Avicii and this guy. They do some weird stuff, and then eventually they find a tribe, and the tribe had that mark on them. Right? Watch. See that mark? It may not be in the form of a tattoo, but that's what I saw. Spirit showed me that people were going to mark themselves to be associated with a particular tribe. All right? We're going to see more of that coming in the next decade or so. We are going to see women rise to a point where it's a scary imbalance of masculine and feminine energy. Women taking back over. But in taking back over, they're taking back over as the divine feminine and overwatching the humankind as their children. You know when you have those kind of stubborn children and you're watching them, but they turn out to be the best of the crew? You turn out to be the engineers or the ones who you say, good boy, anytime that child come to class, I just put him in the front. Those are the ones that are going to be pushing the next era forward. The ones who not of the same mind, the ones who have the uncommon thought, the ones who be considered weird, the ones who be considered crazy, they are the ones that are going to push forward our next generation. And just as I showed you in the Avicii video, Wake Me Up, people will be marking themselves, just like all those gangs in different places mark themselves. so that they will be identified by their clan before anything is said. We had many hints, people. We have many hints. And I'm one of them. So parts of this video will be going on YouTube, and then I will be transferring my lives from TikTok onto YouTube, and I need you all to be present. If you want to be in the know, you need to be in the know. My lives, and I say this on every live, and anybody could finish a sentence to me, my lives are not for everybody. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to keep people out. No. If you are not conscious and ready to receive, you cannot understand my lives. You will not understand my life. You will not understand. You will get confused and frustrated. And my information is not for everybody. That's why I tell people I have a tribe. We are in for a show. Do not be fooled. If you want to be part of the cast, that's fine. But you need to move like how they move, like in Bird Box. How many of you all saw the movie Bird Box with Sandra Bullock? If you've seen that movie Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, where they were blindsided, they couldn't look in the eyes of these people, yeah? Remember, that was part of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. They couldn't look into the eyes of these people. That was symbolic. The eyes are the windows to the soul. When you see something, you cannot unsee it. When you see something, you will close your eyes and you will still see it. The eyes are the windows to your soul. And this is how time has passed to get us numb. And in some ways, unconscious. Back when I was younger and we had crime and all these things happening, it was existing then, but they used to blur out the bodies on the actual newspaper. Yeah? And then eventually, as time progressed, people became numb. Some people used to say, well, it's the same thing, it's just a different day and a different name. Crime has become so rampant that they don't blur anything out anymore. They literally plaster it on the front page, a severed arm, body all over, and they post that on news because it drives people to it. People were hungry for that type of information, but they were just distractions. They were just distractions. What was happening in all of this is that people weren't getting the real gist of what was. It's just like when you're boiling the frog. You cannot throw the frog into hot water because the frog will hop out. You have to take the frog and put him in the water while the water is cold. And as the heat goes up gradually, by the time the frog knows that it's being boiled, it's half dead already. The system takes us bit by bit, bit by bit. If you were conscious, you would realize certain privileges that we had and they were taken away, and we just, it is what it is. I hate when people say that. It's not, it is what it is. It is what you allow. I'm not saying to rise up and get yourself in trouble. I'm just saying that you need to stay conscious of what's happening. And it's not just Trinidad and Tobago. We ain't our special. It's across the border.